Welcome back, my dear students. Very fine. Good morning to you all. I'm happy to start another session in chapter number 6, evolution. And previous class we completed evidences for comparative anatomy, and the topic we completed homologous structure. What is meant by homologous structure? The structures are similar in origin but perform the different function, that is called a homologous structure. The best example for homologous structure is four limbs of vertebrates. And second part we discussed homologous structure in plants, and analogous structure also we discussed previous class. The fins of shark, wings of penguins, and flippers of the dolphin. These are the some structures that are used for swimming that animal. The anatomical structure of these organs are dissimilar. That means the organism having a different structure but perform the same function, that is called analogous structure. This is also we discussed previous class. And example for analogous structure, that is eye of the mammal and eye of the octopus also we discussed. And various example for analogous structures in plants also we discussed. And vestigial organ and connecting link, that means the organism which possesses characteristic features of two animals, that is called connecting link. This is also we discussed previous class. And finally we discussed about atavism, that is atavisitic organ, that means sudden appearance of vestigial organ in a highly evolved organisms. So these are the topics we completed on the topic of evidences from the comparative anatomy. And in this class I am going to start another evidences, that is embryological evidences. All the vertebrates have a similar structure during the embryonic stage. The embryology deals with the study of development of individual from the X stage to adult stage. It may be a 2-mark question. Define embryology. It is a branch of science, it is a branch of biology, and it is a branch of zoology. It deals with the study of the development of an individual from the egg stage to adult stage. எக்குல இருந்து அடல்ட் ஸ்டேஜ் வரைக்கும் எந்தெந்த வேரியஸ் ஸ்டேஜஸ் இருக்கோ அதை பற்றி படித்தோம்னா அதுக்கு பேர் என்ன சொல்லுவோம்னா எம்ப்ரியாலஜி அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். இஸ் இட் கிளியர் ஃபார் யூ? ஓகே. அண்ட் த டீடைல் ஸ்டடி ஆஃப் எம்ப்ரியானிக் டெவலப்மெண்ட் ஆஃப் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் ஃபார்ம்ஸ் மேக் அஸ் டு திங்க் தட் there is a close resemblance during the development, and this is also considered as the evidences for embryology. Early stage la ella animalume enna solluம்னா similar structure ah irukkranga. See, the picture is given in the textbook, and this is a embryological development of fishes, and this is a embryological development of salamander and tortoise, chicken and human. These are the various stages of embryonic development of various organisms. And see the embryological stage, this is adult stage or juvenile phase, and this is a embryological stage. And during the embryonic stage all the organisms were similar in structure. See, presence of pharyngeal gill slits and presence of post-anal tail, and here also presence of pharyngeal gill slits. Even human also have a pharyngeal gill slits and a post-anal tail. So this structure is evidences for evolution. That means the human being is a superior in evolution, and this human being also evolved from the common ancestor like a fishes. இந்த ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் மூலமா நமக்கு என்ன தெரியுது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, எம்ப்ரியாலஜிக்கல் ஸ்டேஜில் எல்லாரும் ஒரே மாதிரி இருக்கிறாங்க. அப்படின்னா என்ன அர்த்தம்? ஹியூமன் பீயிங் வந்து எதுலேருந்து ஆரிஜினேட் ஆகிருக்கலாம்னா ஃப்ரம் த ஃபிஷஸ் or from the common ancestor. All the organisms were evolved from the ancestor. This is an idea bring about this embryological evidences. Okay. And first example we are going to discuss on the topic of embryological evidences is development of heart in all the vertebrates. See the picture. In beginning stage all the vertebrates have a tubular heart, that means made up of two vessels. ரெண்டு வெசல்ஸ் மட்டும் தான் இருப்பாங்க. இது வந்து it is common for all the vertebrates, even in human being also. Later it modified into the either 2-chambered heart or 3-chambered heart or 4-chambered heart, like that. Okay, so basically the heart originates from the two tubular structure. And the development of the heart in all vertebrates, it follows the same pattern of the development as a pair of tubular structure. That was the first structure that later develops into the two-chambered heart in fishes and three-chambered heart in amphibians, in most reptiles, and four-chambered in crocodile, birds, mammals, indicating the common ancestry for all the vertebrates. And this development of the heart also bring about the evidences for evolution. That means all the organisms, that means either amphibians or fishes or reptiles or birds or mammals are originate from the common ancestor. இவங்க எல்லாமே எதுலேருந்து வந்திருக்காங்கன்னா காமன் ஆன்செஸ்டர்லேருந்து வந்திருக்காங்க அப்படிங்கிறது நம்ம ஒரு கன்க்ளூஷன் கிடைக்கும். சரிங்களா? ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் ஒன் ஆஃப் த எவிடன்சஸ் ஃபார் evolution. That is embryological evidences for evolution. And second thing is biogenetic law of theory of recapitulation. This theory was explained by Ernest von Haeckel. Biogenetic law யார் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணாங்க அப்படின்னு கேட்டாங்கன்னா Ernest von Haeckel. This theory state that the life history of an individual, எந்த இண்டிவிஜுவலாக வேணாலும் இருக்கலாம், that individual may be a human being or maybe a fishes or amphibians or reptiles, briefly repeats or recapitulating the evolutionary history of the race, that is phylogeny. And this life history of an individual commonly call it as a ontogeny, and the evolutionary history that is called phylogeny. That means ontogeny recapitulate phylogeny. எல்லா லைஃப் ஹிஸ்ட்ரியுமே எதில் வந்துடும் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எவல்யூஷனரி ஹிஸ்ட்ரியில் வருவாங்க பேசிக்காக. So the embryonic stages of higher animals resembles the adult stage of ancestor, and this is a structure, a embryonic structure of a human being, that is a higher animals, and this structure resemble to the fish-like structure. That is, this is a adult structure of ancestor, and this is also adult structure of ancestor or salamander. This adult structure resemble to the embryonic stages of the higher animals. Can you understand? ஒரு ஹையர் அனிமலோட எம்ப்ரியானிக் ஸ்டேஜ் அப்படிங்கிறது ஆன்செஸ்டரோட அடல்ட் ஸ்டேஜ் மாதிரி இருப்பாங்க மார்ஃபலாஜிக்கல் ஸ்ட்ரக்சராக. சரிங்களா? ஸோ இங்கே பாருங்கள், கில்ஸ் இருக்கா? இந்த அனிமல் என்ன இருக்குன்னா, திஸ் அனிமல் ஃபிஷஸ் ஆல்சோ ஹாவ் கில்ஸ். ஹியர் ஐஸ் ஆல்சோ ப்ரெசன்ட், ஹியர் ஆல்சோ ஐஸ் ஆல்சோ ப்ரெசன்ட், ஹியர் அண்ட் டெய்ல் ஆல்சோ ப்ரெசன்ட், ஹியர் ஆல்சோ டெய்ல். பட் இன் அடல்ட் ஹியூமன் ஹாவ் நோ டெய்ல்ஸ். அடல்ட் ஹியூமனுக்கு என்ன கிடையாதுன்னா டெய்ல் கிடையாது. But in embryonic stage it also have a tail as it like a salamander or as it like a fishes. That is the thing explained the ontogeny recapitulates phylogeny. That means the embryonic stages of a higher animal resembles that the adult stage of its ancestor. Is it clear for you? அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிட்டீங்களா? பயோஜெனட்டிக் லா அப்படிங்கிறத சொன்னது யார் அப்படின்னா எர்னஸ்ட் வான் ஹேக்கல் அப்படிங்கிற சயின்டிஸ்ட் சொன்னார். ஒரு அனிமலோட லைஃப் ஹிஸ்ட்ரி அது எங்கே எம்ப்ரியானிக் ஸ்டேஜஸாக இருக்கலாம் அல்லது அடல்ட் ஸ்டேஜாக இருக்கலாம், அந்த லைஃப் ஹிஸ்ட்ரி அப்படிங்கிறது எதை ரிப்பீட் பண்ணும் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கம்ப்ளீட்லி ஆர் ப்ரீஃப்லி ரிப்பீட்ஸ் த ஆர் ரீகேப்சுலேட் த எவல்யூஷனரி ஹிஸ்ட்ரி. எவல்யூஷனரி ஹிஸ்ட்ரி அப்படின்னா அனிமல் முன்னால் எப்படி இருந்தது, பேசிக்காக இதுக்கு முன்னால் இருந்த ஆன்சஸ்டர் எப்படி இருந்தாங்க, அந்த அனிமலில் ஏதாவது ஒரு ஸ்டேஜஸ் என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா லைஃப் ஹிஸ்ட்ரி வந்து எக்ஸ்பிரஸ் பண்ணும். ஓகேவா? ஸோ வாட் ஆர் த எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஃபார் பயோஜெனட்டிக் லா? Appearance of pharyngeal gill slits, yolk sac, and the appearance of tail in human embryo. These are the some example for a phylogenetic law. Because of the appearance of gills and the yolk sac and the appearance of tail is a common characteristic features of adult animal of our ancestor. Ancestor-ஓட நம்ம ancestor-ஓட adult animal தான் என்ன இருக்கணும்னா gills, tail இது எல்லாமே இருக்கும். But in embryonic stage the human being also have these structures, that is pharyngeal gill slits, yolk sac, and presence of tail. And second example for a biogenetic law in evolutionary evidences, first we discussed about various stages of embryonic development of some vertebrates, and second we discussed about biogenetic law, and that law we learned various morphological structures of the embryonic stages of the human being. And third example is development stages of embryo. Embryo-ஓட development stages பார்க்க போகிறோம். The comparative study of the embryo of the different animals shows the structural similarities among themselves. That means the embryo of fishes, embryo of salamander and embryo of tortoise, embryo of chicken and embryo of human being start the life in a single cell. That is a zygote. This is a common structure for all the vertebrates. Embryonic development la zygote அப்படிங்கிறது common structure. And later the zygote cleaved into two cells that produce a blastula and changes into the gastrula and finally are a triploplastic. This is a common development stage that occurs in all the vertebrates, and it also brings it also one of the example for evolutionary evidences, that is embryological evolutionary evidences. Okay, that indicates all the above set animals have evolved from the common ancestor. Okay, என்னென்ன பார்த்தோம், ஹார்ட் வந்து எல்லாத்துக்குமே ஃபஸ்ட்டு டியூபுலர் ஹார்ட்டாக தான் ஃபார்ம் ஆகுது அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம். எல்லா வெட்டபிரேட்லேயுமே ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஹார்ட் எப்படி ஃபார்ம் ஆகும், டியூபுலர் ஹார்ட்டு, 2 டியூபுலர் ஹார்ட். That indicate what all the vertebrates have a common ancestor. And second, we discussed about presence of pharyngeal gill slits and the presence of tail. This is also common for all the vertebrates. That indicate what including human being also evolved from the common ancestor. And third thing we discussed about various stages in the embryological development. That means all the organisms were evolved from the common cell. That cell is called a very good zygote. Then zygote produce more cells, that is a blastula by cleavage process, and blastula again converted into gastrula, and gastrula finally produce the organs during the organogenesis. This is a common process in all the vertebrates. This is also indicates what all the organisms were evolved from the common ancestor. Okay, so there are 3 examples we discussed on the topic of embryological evidences for evolution. Okay, and another thing is the biogenetic law is not universal. Justify the statement. This is another topic, another expected question for this topic. The biogenetic law is not universal. What is biogenetic law? The ontogeny recapitulate phylogeny. That means all the animals during the lifetime they crosses the any one stages of the ancestor. எல்லா அனிமலுமே அதோட லைஃப் சைக்கிளில் ஏதாவது ஒரு ஆன்செஸ்டரோட கேரக்டரை வச்சுருப்பாங்க, அல்லது ஆன்செஸ்டரோட கேரக்டரை கிராஸ் பண்ணி தான் வந்திருப்பாங்க. தட் இஸ் அ இண்டிகேட்டர் பயோஜெனட்டிக் லா. ஒரு சில அனிமலுக்கு என்னென்னா விதிவிலக்கு இருக்குது. எல்லா அனிமலுமே தன்னோட லைஃப் சைக்கிளில் தன்னோட ஆன்செஸ்டரை வந்து கிராஸ் பண்ணி வர்றது கிடையாது. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், த ஹியூமன் எம்ப்ரியோ ரீகேப்சுலேட் த எம்ப்ரியானிக் ஹிஸ்ட்ரி அண்ட் நாட் த அடல்ட் ஹிஸ்ட்ரி ஆஃப் த ஆர்கானிசம். இன் ஹியூமன் பீயிங் வந்து எம்ப்ரியானிக் ஸ்டேஜில் எதை மாதிரி இருக்கிறாங்கன்னா இட் லுக்ஸ் லைக் அ ஆன்செஸ்டர். பட் அடல்ட் ஸ்டேஜில் எந்த ஒரு அனிமலையும் கிராஸ் பண்ணி வர்றது கிடையாது. ஹியூமன் பீயிங் மாதிரி எந்த ஒரு அடல்ட் ஸ்டேஜுமே கிடையாது. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் அ explanation for the biogenetic law is not universal. Once again I would like read the sentence what is given in the textbook. The biogenetic law is not universal because of some animals do not recapitulate the adult stage of any ancestor. For example, human embryo recapitulate the embryonic history but not the adult history of the organisms. Okay students, in evolutionary evidences, embryological evidences is over. Last part in evidences is molecular evidences. So in this part I am going to teach about the how are the molecular substances responsible for, or how are the molecular substances act as evidences for evolution. Before going to the topic, we must understand what are the organelles or what are the components that are comes under the molecules or molecular evidences. Okay, cell is a basic unit of an organism, and these cells are made up of some organelles like mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, then ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, then a nucleus and a nucleolus and the centrioles and the vacuoles. These are the some common structures that are present in the cell. Along with that, the nucleus also contain the genetic materials that is called DNA and RNA. Here the DNA and RNA is considered as a molecular evidences. all the organisms, either prokaryotic organism or eukaryotic organism, either bacteria or viruses or protozoans or unicellular organism or multicellular organism, all the organisms have a DNA. That indicate what? That organisms are evolved from the organisms were evolved from the common ancestors like bacteria and even viruses also. எல்லா ஆர்கானிசத்துக்குமே யார் ஆன்செஸ்டர் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா யூகேரியோட்டா இருக்கலாம், ப்ரோகேரியோட்டா இருக்கலாம். Because of all the organisms have a DNA or a RNA as a genetic material. எல்லா ஆர்கானிசத்திலுமே என்ன இருக்கு அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஜெனட்டிக் மெட்டீரியல். And one more thing is protein synthesis also one of the common process that occurs in the all the living organisms. So the protein synthesis and the protein is a major part which controls the all the activities of the living organisms. எல்லா ஆர்கானிசத்திலுமே புரோட்டீன் தான் எதா இருக்கிறாங்க அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா கண்ட்ரோலிங் மாலிகுலா இருக்கிறாங்க. Here DNA is made up of 4 components like adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanine. These are the 4 major components that are present in the DNA. And this structure, this adenine, thymine, cytosine, guanines are common for the all the living organisms including bacteria also. And this DNA molecule regulate the or control the characteristic features of that organisms, and also it is responsible for synthesis of protein. That proteins are responsible for control the characteristic features of living organism. That is common for all the living organism. So this is also considered as the evidences, that is a molecular evidences for evolution. Yeah, slight changes that occurs over the time in this conserved molecule, that is DNA or RNA and protein, are often called as a molecular clocks. ஏதாவது changes, any changes, the slight changes, these changes normally call it as a mutation, and this mutation induces the formation of new species. The basic is DNA, but the mutation or the any changes occurs in the that DNA or RNA may induce the formation of new species. The molecules that have been used to study the evolution are cytochrome C, that is a respiratory pathway, and RNA protein synthesis. ரெண்டு காம்பனன்ட்ஸ் தான் என்ன பண்ணுறாங்கன்னா எவல்யூஷனரி எவிடன்சஸ் ஸ்டடி பண்ணுறாங்க. ஒன் இஸ் சைட்டோக்ரோம் சி and second one is protein synthesis in RNA. RNA பார்க்குறாங்க ப்ளஸ் cytochrome C. It may be a 2 mark question or 1 mark question. Students, please underline the word aceta for a 2 mark or a 1 mark question. Okay. And next I would like show the some pictures for molecular evidences. And see, this is a common structure that is present in the all the cells. Cell is a cell made up of nucleus, and the nucleus contains a chromosome. The chromosome number is mostly similar in some organism, dissimilar in some organism. For example, in human and monkey, the number of chromosome is more or less similar. Only 2 number is a difference between the monkey and human being. That indicate what human beings evolved from the monkeys. Okay, chromosome, and this chromosome contains a genetic material. This is a common structure for all the eukaryotic organisms. Okay, and this is also animated pictures which gives the information about the DNA and chromosome and nucleus. Okay, and there are 2 type of cells that are present in the world. One is eukaryotic and prokaryotic. Here prokaryotic means the cell does not have a nuclear membrane, and eukaryotic means the cell may have a nuclear membrane. In prokaryotic organism, the genetic material or the DNA molecule found in the cytoplasm of the cell, but in case of eukaryotic organism, the DNA molecule found in the nucleus. So the both eukaryotic organism and prokaryotic organism have a DNA as a genetic material. That indicate what evidences for evolution. Okay, see here, this is a transcription, translation are the 2 main process that occurs in the cell. This transcription and translation process brings about the protein synthesis, and these proteins are responsible for control the characteristic features of all the living organism. This protein synthesis also common in the all the organism, even in the prokaryotic organism also, not only for the eukaryotic. Prokaryotic organismல இருக்கிறாங்க, eukaryotic organismல இருக்கிறாங்க. The molecular structures also an example for evidences for evolution. Okay, thank you students, thank you. Okay, in this class we discussed about various embryological evidences and molecular evidences, structure of heart or development of heart, and development stages of the zygote and the development stages of the embryo. These are the things we discussed on the topic of embryological evidences, and structure of DNA and protein synthesis, and structure of a cell also discussed on the topic of molecular evidences. That's all. Evidences for evolution is over. Next class we will discuss the another topic in chapter number 6. Thank you students. Thank you for watching. Keep watching the video, keep studying, don't waste your time. Please keep studying, don't waste your time. Thank you very much. See you again next class. Thank you students.